I'll let Ben begin sharing first and foremost with our learner outcomes that we want to share with you today.
Okay, we'll be talking to you a little bit about UDL and how you can use Google Chrome, the Google Chrome browser, to incorporate UDL concepts into your classrooms. And what we want you to learn, be able to do after this presentation is to be able to describe the characteristics of an expert learner and describe how an expert learner uses UDL options, and to be able to list at least 3 aspects of the Chrome browser that allow students multiple means of engagement, representation, action and language. And just as a refresher, UDL is a framework that guides the design of learning goals, materials, methods, and assessment with the diversity of learners in mind. We need to remember that when it comes to learning, natural variability is the rule, not the exception, where each learner tends to learn in their own unique way. So we need to remember that when we're working with each student. And the 3 main guidelines of UDL would be the multiple means of engagement, multiple means of representation, and multiple means of action and expression.
So as we continue on preparing for our Chrome access, I want you to think about developing what we call the expert learner. So before we begin, I'd like you either to use your computer, or you could use your smartphone or a tablet, whatever your heart desires, because I want to take just a survey about your understanding of what the expert learner is. So I'm going to take you to a website called from Kahoot.it. And when I bring you there, like I said, we're a little slow on the technology piece, but we'll see if we can make it work here. And if not, we'll carry on. I use Kahoot.it quite often, either from my tablet or my smartphone, or as you can see today, I'm using it from my computer. And so again, when I take a look at that, that's not going to take me to Kahoot. Let me just see here. We are having some internet challenges. I apologize. Let me see if I can get another. Yep. Okay, we'll get it there. And so I'm hoping, here we go, that I can do a quick survey. I want you to know this photo was taken in Bayfield, Wisconsin this summer. Beautiful vacationing area. So I'm going to put it into play, and what you're going to see, this is just a 1-question survey about your choice about what is an expert learner. You're going to get a PIN number as I start. So again, get your tablet or your computer, and where you would go to is called Kahoot.it, I-T, Kahoot.it. And in just a moment, I'll give you a code number that you would enter in. And so again, once you've got it, you're going to hear a little tune. And I'm going to go into my phone, so you're going to see that I'm playing along too. I'm going to type in Kahoot.it. And here you see the code. I'll have you enter that in. And type in when you get there. Oh, I see people. I have some awesome overachievers. I see Beaverton. I see Devin coming in. Excellent. Oh, look at all these. 12 players, 13 players. I'm impressed. Thank you. All right. And I'm going to move over here so I can start it. Okay. So I'm going to hit start. And are you ready? You're going to see a question come across. What is an expert learner? Let's find out. You're going to get some choices. And I'll move this over. So the question is it an individual with superior knowledge? That's red. Blue is an individual with high grades. Yellow is an individual who's goal-orientated and motivated. Or is it green, an individual born with an innate gift? And so I see that maybe all got to pick their answer, but that's okay. And so as I end my survey, people are finding it's an individual who's goal-orientated. Let's take a look, and again, thank you for taking part in our game today. We're going to come back to our PowerPoint here. Oops, sorry. Yep. Okay. And so let's take a look to see what our actual answers might be. Thank you for your participation for those of you who got there. When we take a look at an expert learner, my research comes from CAST, which is the Center for Applied Special Technologies out of Wakefield, Massachusetts, again, where the beginnings of universal design for learning originated. So again, when we look at that expert learner, yes, the first one is it is someone who is goal-orientated. The second component to the expert learner is someone who's resourceful and knowledgeable, and last but not least, someone who's motivated. I want you to keep in mind that the expert learner is not someone who's an expert, but they are learning. So let's break it down a little further. When we look at an individual, and you may even want to think about yourself being goal-orientated. Number one, we have to keep in mind in order to set goals, there has to be a process or a plan in place. It's important that we have strategies and that we have components that help us learn best. And again, it brings us back to what we might refer to as our learning preferences. I can speak only for myself. When I'm cooking, I need to have a video demonstration. But maybe when I'm learning something new in regards to my field of speech pathology, there again, I might prefer to read from a book. The other thing is we need to have ways how we organize our sources that we're using to learn. And again, how that helps facilitate our learning. Probably the biggest thing, though, about being goal-orientated is that we have that self-motivation from within. And how is it monitored? Number one, we could stay up all night learning about something, but again, what do we do to keep our learning fresh so that we're learning new things and that we keep those focused on goals? Again, we need to identify our strengths and weaknesses, and I rely back to my learning preferences. I'm much better at learning via reading versus something if I listen to it auditorily, and again, having hands-on and also some visual teaching tools. And last but not least, what happens if something doesn't go as planned? Are there other ways or reflection of what we do related to our goals in order to continue to be successful? The second component, looking at being resourceful and knowledgeable, we have to keep in mind that we bring great resources to the table, but if we don't have those, how do we go about identifying those? And again, as I previously stated about our learner preferences, those are really key components. What might be the best way to learn about those new resources or applying past information to future information as we begin to gain? And last but not least, what are those tools we use? And I have to remind myself, yes, I'm still a sticky note user, although I highly value my tablet, my computer. Again, what does that range of no tech all the way to high-tech resources look like for myself and others as learners? And last but not least, being motivated. And I have to say, sometimes when I gone to bed at night, I know I need to quit working around 9 p.m. or I could be up all night long. And I do know some of you are up all night long because I see the various listservs that I participate in. I'd rather answer you back at 5 in the morning if I have that option. But again, how do we stay motivated? And again, we need to make sure that when we're motivating students or ourselves that things are easily accessible, but yet there's a challenge in there that keeps that energy and that momentum going. And again, most important, how do we regulate ourselves in our learning, which are some key pieces to keep in mind.
And in this next section, I'll show you some ideas and examples that you can use with the Chrome browser in your classroom in order to try to minimize the barriers and maximize learning for all of your students. And under the first category of UDL in the multiple means of engagements, these are three options of things you can do in your classrooms to provide multiple ways for kids to represent things for kids, or to keep them engaged and motivated by storytelling, by bringing in comics to interact with them, and then also to have games as motivators and learning tools. And then the next aspect of UDL, for the multiple means of representation, where you want to be able to provide multiple ways for your students to have access to materials. I'll show you some things, some apps on the Chrome browser where you can use text-to-speech, speech-to-speech, speech-to-text, some videos, as well as some tactile materials. And then the last, multiple means of action and language, this is where you provide or allow kids to kind of be independent with expressing what they know and how they learn. There are options for storytelling, writing, videos, music, social activities, as well as games. So now to get into specific Chrome apps, we will play some videos for you all describe what each of these specific apps can do for you. The first one we'll play is Storyboard That, which allows students to create a comic to digitally tell a story that they're wanting to share with you. All right. So here's a video introduction. All right. There isn't a video for this one, but this is one where you would go to the website through the app, and it'll give you a few screens where you can, I can't point, but you see the comic here where it'll show you blank squares, and then it'll give you multiple options for characters to choose, text boxes, and you can go in there and allow your students to create their own story that they want to share. And I found that with students that I've worked with, this has been a very good motivator for them, as they like to be able to tell their own story. And we found the video. We'll show that and let this video tell you a little bit more about it.
Welcome to Storyboard That's Getting Started video. Creating a storyboard with Storyboard That is simple and fun with our intuitive drag and drop interface. To get you started, we're going to create a basic storyboard about my morning. First, select the scene you would like to add. We have hundreds of scenes organized in categories like around town, home, school, and even historical. Since this is about my morning, I'm going to start by adding a scene from the home category, a basic bathroom. Notice how the scene automatically fills the entire cell? This means no fussing with lining up edges. Now, let's add a character. We have hundreds of characters to choose from. I'm going to choose this female character here. First thing I'm going to do is color her using the color selector. There are many options for hair, eye, and skin color in pre-made palettes, but you also have the option to use the complete color selection tool for even more customization. Now that she's all colored, I can move on to posing her. We offer quick Insta poses, like speaking, angry, and walking, and various others. Or for more detailed posing, you can go on Edit Pose and manipulate the character more in depth. In our character poser, you can change lots of things. For head, you can tilt from left to right. For the expression, you can choose a set of eyes and mouth that shows the emotion you want. For arms, choose the arms to hold an item or show a particular pose. Lastly, for legs, you can choose legs for standing, walking, sitting, or even nervousness. Hovering your mouse over the poses in the menu will give you some great use suggestions. Since my character is going to be brushing her teeth in the mirror, I'm going to pose her in the 3/4 angle, with her arms up and her head tilted down slightly. Now this action seems a little lacking. What we need is a prop. Props and images can be easily searched for and found using our search bar. There are tens of thousands of images to search for so that you can find the perfect item. I'm in need of a toothbrush, so I enter toothbrush into the search bar and select one that I like from the given options. I can click and drag it into the scene, and now change the size and orientation by using the transform box and flip tool. Now that I am all set with that, it's time to add text. To do this, I can click on the Textables tab and select either the freeform text tool or a word bubble of my choosing. I like this one in particular. After pulling it into the scene, you can see that you now have the option to type, change the font, and text size. Play around with these options to get the right feel for your storyboard. Now I'm going to complete my storyboard by dragging and dropping scenes and characters that will tell my story. In the second scene, my character is on a subway. Instead of having to find her again in the character directory, I'm going to copy her. I can now pose her to hold onto the rail or pose her to sit down. I will add additional characters in the background to give the cell a nice full feeling. In the final panel, I'm going with a work scene. I can sit my character in the chair. However, the computer screen looks a bit bare, so how about we explore the Upload feature to add a custom graphic. Clicking the Upload button will bring me to my computer, where I can select an image to upload to my storyboard. Storyboard that supports JPEGs, PNGs, GIFs, and bitmaps. Let's go with this nice Storyboard that logo. Once it's uploaded, it will show up in the image bank of uploaded files. Since my image is uploaded, I can grab it and place it on the computer screen in my scene. Now I'm going to save my storyboard. Once you click the Save button, this little Save dialog will pop up, and you can add your storyboard's title and description. I'm naming mine My Day. And there you have it, a completed storyboard. Saved to mine or your account. Go ahead and explore all that Storyboard That has to offer and make some great storyboards. Thanks for watching.
All right, so that's an app that I had success with a student. They didn't really want to write a story or create a story on an iPad with a book creator app, but they were very willing to create a story on Storyboard That and then share it with the group we were in. The next one I'll show is Time Maps, which is a really cool website that allows you to kind of explore like an interactive map on their website that lets you learn more about ancient civilizations. And if you like a specific time period, you can kind of see what else is going on in the world at that time period. Now let's see if I can pull the atlas up. Once again, our internet. I apologize for the delay. So when you're on the website, it pulls up this interactive map. And as you can see right now, I'm at 30 BC. And it has these nice interactive tools on each side that you can rewind time or fast forward time. But let's say I'm interested in Europe at 30 BC. I can click on Europe. Well, that's not working now, but another thing you can do is hover over these little pins with mini maps and try to click on that, and it will bring up the region that you clicked on, where I clicked on Europe. And then it gives a little bit of a history of kind of what's happening or what has happened in Europe in this time frame, where it says 200 BC to 30 BC. And then once again, you can fast forward or rewind time. And it has this timeline of dates that you can click on to find out what the big events were happening at that time. And then down at the bottom, it gives a brief, or you can click on other civilizations to find out what was happening in that area during this time period. And in this past week or so since I've discovered this time map, I've had such a blast going through it and learning all about it. And I just imagine what a younger me would have done with this app when I was in high school or middle school or something. So another one I'll show is Google Keep. And now this provides multiple options for perception and comprehension of learning. We'll show you another video.
Life gets busy. Wouldn't it be nice to have a central place where you could save what's on your mind? With Google Keep, you can stay on top of your world by quickly and easily organizing everything you want to remember. No matter where you are.
Finalize door list for Thursday's gig.
So when you find inspiration, you can file away your ideas And Google Keep stores them safely across all your devices. And when the time comes, you'll have everything covered. Save what's on your mind. Google Keep.
So that's a very nice one where it might be maybe more for older students, but a nice one for those of us that have districts that like to use the Google Chrome browser. Another one that allows for multiple means of representation is K12. It's a website that is it's a library of free online textbooks, videos, flashcards, exercises, ranging various topics. And we'll show you another quick video.
Welcome to the new K12 Foundation Flexbook platform. K12 provides learners what you need, when you need it. We've taken the format of a traditional textbook with chapters and reduced it into smaller bite-sized bits of information called concepts, which are more engaging to students. Our content is interactive with videos, simulations, and multimedia to help you master what you're studying. The K12 Flexbook platform addresses the needs of both students and teachers. Teachers may use our already pre-made Flexbook textbooks, or they may edit and customize them to the needs of their students. All of this may be done easily by finding the content you need and assembling or editing a text. It's easy. Find content, read and interact with content, bookmark content to view later, and download and share content. And join K12 in the digital textbook revolution. Or you can sign in with your Google, Facebook, or Twitter account. To find the content you want, browse or scroll down and click on the appropriate subject area. You may see Flexbooks, concepts, teacher editions. Let's look at probability and statistics. Here, you'll have the option of downloading, reading, or browsing through the table of contents of the book or concept. Click on Subjects at the top of the page to jump to a different subject area. If you already know what you're looking for, you may use the search tool at the top of the page. Search Osmosis. By clicking on the Filter Search button, you may filter the search to include only books or only concepts, for example. Once you have found the concept you're looking for, simply click on its title and go to the concept page. Once you have found the concept you're looking for, simply click on its title and go to the concept page. You can read a concept right in the browser. You can also download the concept or textbook in a format you desire, such as EPUB, PDF, or a Mobi for Kindle. By clicking the K12 logo, it will always take you home. If you want to bookmark a concept so that you can easily return to it later, you can save the concept in your account by clicking the bookmark ribbon at the top right-hand corner and creating a label for that bookmark. To find that concept later, simply click on the K12 logo and then click on the Bookmark tab. If you have many bookmark concepts, then you may filter your search on the left side of the page. K12 allows you to download and share concepts in various formats.
All right, I really like this app. That's since I've been able to look over it, I'm just astounded by the amount of ways that a teacher could represent materials to their students. The next one I'll show is a really cool Lego Builder app where it allows students to use like a 3D building tool just on through the Chrome browser to build things and learn about engineering and stuff like that.
It's Scott from More Games UK, and today I'm bringing you something a little different. Google and Lego have decided to team up to create a sandbox-like experience where you have the ability to build Lego creations through Chrome. Now, they originally tried this as an experiment in 2012 in Australia, but they've recently decided to open this up to the world. That means you and I. And I'm thinking this might be perhaps a tie-in with a Lego movie that is coming out soon, but I'm not sure. Anyway, I think this is quite a good move, as Lego does seem to be expensive these days, or at least compared to when I was a mini Scott, which means it grants anyone with a computer or a laptop of some sort with access to the internet the opportunity to build whatever their brain allows them to. The beauty is also the fact that the site renders 3D without any additional plugins, meaning that the majority of people, both kids and adults alike, have the ability to use this to their heart's content. Now, as you can see here, I am simply progressing through the academy where I am prompted to build structures and basically learn fundamental skills in the process. I have the ability to choose different Lego pieces, change the colour of them, rotate them, and position them exactly where I want. Now, if you do complete the academy or simply get bored of it, then you can begin building your own unique creations on the world map itself. Here you can see me zooming into London, for example, where I have the ability to choose a lot to begin my logo creation. Users will begin to fill these out, so you won't be alone, and you can just sort of compare, what you built with regards to your neighbour, which is pretty cool. Now, I haven't had a chance to make my piece de resistance yet, but here are a few examples that you can see before you right now that have been built already. They're pretty cool. But I'm going to give this a more thorough go tomorrow. But if you have made something in the meantime yourself, then let me know in the comments below, and if we have enough submissions, I shall showcase them here on the channel for you, for our royalists to see. Now, please excuse me, as I do wish to finish building a pirate ship so I can go and take over Wales. Just kidding. I love you guys. I love you, Wales. Alright guys, see you around. Goodbye!
Okay, that's another one that I found to be really cool, and especially with how many kids like Minecraft nowadays. It's something that's kind of similar to that, where the kids can just motivate themselves by being able to build things that they want to build.
So Ben, I hate to interrupt you, but
yes.
We've got about 2 minutes left.
Okay.
Just because we have other people lined up.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I'll just show this quick video about Read and Write for Google. It's a really cool one that shows text-to-speech and speech-to-text capabilities. We'll just play the video really quickly, or as much as we have time for.
Read and Write for Google Docs works in Google Chrome on PCs, Macs, and Chromebooks, and adds many powerful support features to Google Documents. Once installed, accessing Read and Write for Google Docs is easy. Simply go to your Google Drive account and open a new or previously saved Google document. This document will be displayed in a new Google Chrome tab. The Read and Write for Google icon will turn green, alerting you that Read and Write for Google Docs is now available for use. Click the icon to view the Read and Write for Google Docs toolbar. Read and Write for Google Docs users will have access to several features, including text-to-speech, a dictionary and picture dictionary, study skills highlighters, and more. To begin using text-to-speech, simply place your cursor.
Okay, so that's all we'll show of the video, and it also includes this toolbar up here that helps you control the read and write or text-to-speech capabilities, speech-to-text, as well as the highlighting tools to help organize your research. But this is also one that we've found to be really helpful with even college-age students who want help with writing papers and using the speech-to-text capabilities.
So we'll wrap up here this afternoon. I thank you for your time and our patience with our internet that we've had a little bit of delay in. So again, all the links that we have there within our PowerPoint, they're already linked in there. We also have left you with some resources for teachers and again, some additional links there at that time. Thank you.